Autologous fat transfer is simply to take fat from where you don't want it. Typically, that's around the abdomen or the flanks, and then to put it where you do want it.
That free transfer of fat cells will grow and use your body's blood supply to grow in the area where we want that volume.
Part of aging, we lose fat in our face. The fat pads shift downward, and this is replacing that aging phenomenon in the most natural way.
The evolution of fat transfer has happened over the last 20, 30 years. I think initially people were using very large instruments, very rough instruments, trying to get as much fat as possible without really concentrating on the quality of the fat.
It could be a little difficult to be harvesting the fat. It was time-consuming. It required a trip, if not to the operating room, at least to having a procedure room. There was setup involved.
We basically had to have a whole stack of different devices cobbled together in order to perform this procedure.
I was frustrated doing an awful lot of fat transfer that never really had a great success rate.
We harvested it, we centrifuged it, we tried to pray over it and tried to do everything to make it more viable.
And back then, we probably didn't know it, but that probably didn't lead to the best quality of fat.
Different plastic surgeons and dermatologists do it different ways, and then you hold on for dear life hoping you have 75% survival.
The quantity is still important, but if you can transfer a large quantity of very poor fat, it's not going to give you great results. Transferring high quality fat, I think, is the most important thing.
The beauty of BeautiFill, to me, is that it's a self-enclosed, very simple system to use. It took the guesswork out of what we needed.
I don't have to do this in the OR, fancy OR setting, which I don't have. I don't need to put the patient out. They're completely awake, they're comfortable, they're not even sedated, which adds so much to the safety of this procedure.
The wavelength is unique, dramatically unique. The way it's interacting with tissue is pretty spectacular.
Basically separated the fat very simply without creating too much heat and killing the fat.
The other cool thing is that the cannula protects the laser fiber. This is not a bare fiber. And so when you're introducing the fiber within the cannula into the fatty layer, you minimize the contact time between the fiber and the fat.
Viability is the number one thing in autologous fat transfer. If the cells are not intact, if the cells are dead, yes, you can reimplant them under the skin, into the face. And the patient will be happy for maybe a month, maybe two, but your body will resorb that and it will be gone.
To know that what you're going to be injecting is what your patients are going to be seeing and that they're going to be happy with that result, that's a huge relief.
There is a group of patients who need full face revolumization or who need more volume than you can offer with prepackaged syringes.
I do have a lot of patients who are undergoing 4 or 5 syringes every year, and eventually they become fatigued. Eventually they give up. I'm just so happy that I can do something for my patient that I was never able to do before.
BeautiFill is a hands-down winning device. It's an easy device to work with, it's very simple to learn, and it gives you high quality, optimal fat.
The ease of taking the fat from the canister and being right able to inject. There's no manipulation, no trying to transfer into a centrifuge or into some kind of bag system or dripping it, which always seemed a little imprecise.
The thing about Alma is that they've taken all these massive parts and pieces and what looks like an impossible puzzle to have to arrange, and they just contracted it into one little thing.
It's an all-in-one device, which makes it very easy. If you have no experience doing fat transfer, it's all there for you. Everything comes with that system.
This is a different technology. This is a very simple, easy maneuver to harvest intact fat that is completely viable.
This is one of those opportunities where fat transfer has become accessible for day-to-day practice and people that aren't in the OR all the time.
Anybody who's got good surgical background, whether you are a general surgeon, you're a dermatologist, you're an ENT surgeon, you're a gynecologist, this is not a hard jump for you to make, especially with the support that comes from Alma.